Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do when I assemble this bicycle is I'm going to install the handlebars. I'm going to put them up here on the stem. I'll do that in a moment. I wanted to go through this brief checklist real quickly. I found this checklist online. It looks like it's pretty darn accurate, pretty darn useful, so I wanted to share it with you real quick here. For this bicycle, there are two things in particular I think we should watch out for here, and that is we want to make sure the wheel hubs, these axles on the back wheel and the front wheel, we want to make sure that they're not too tight. And by too tight, I mean you should be able to spin the axle when it's not on the bike. You should be able to spin it with your hand, and it shouldn't be too hard to spin, basically, because you don't want a really tight wheel hub. That can cause you problems. You want a little bit of play in it. You should be able to rotate the axle, like I said, when it's not on the bike. And then another thing we should check for is you don't need to check if you have a sealed cartridge bearings, if they are greased or not, because you might be wondering, well, is my bottom bracket greased? Is my headset greased? You know, that's something that might, you know, for someone who's a beginner in assembling bicycles, they might not feel comfortable dealing with that, or they might just ignore it altogether. Well, if you are certain, you bought the bike and it says online, the specs say so online, and you've done a little bit of research, and you're sure that you have sealed cartridge bearings for these sorts of things, the hubs, the bottom bracket, the headset, then you should not need to grease them, because they should have been greased, because they're sealed cartridge assemblies. They should have been greased in the factory, so you should not have to worry about them. But otherwise, and if they need grease, if they're that bad, they need to be replaced anyway, in my opinion. But otherwise, you should probably check your bottom bracket, your headset, your wheel hubs, anything with bearings in it, to make sure that they are well greased, because that's going to wear on the life of them rather quickly if you have not done that. Okay, so that was a little long-winded answer on a couple of important points that you need to watch out for. So let's get to it here.